What is guys, Tyler once again, and I'm coming at you guys with another content of Cooking Kingdom. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about how Wildberry cookie has really become a standard inside of the meta for the arena, and a really basic standard team that I've previously shared, but I just wanted to go over it in more detail, and once again without having any legendary or ancients that needs to be added to the team. Anyways guys, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so here we go. This is going to be the team. I've actually tried this team out when Wildberry cookie actually came out into the game during my live stream, but here we go. Once again, I do want to just share the toppings and the treasures and show it to you guys inside of the arena, where I am currently around the top 500 now. So here we go. Toppings real quick. It's going to be 5 solid almond for the Wildberry cookie, focusing on damage resist as well as crit resist. And also you want to have the second highest attack speed in order to get the enchanted robe buff, and I'll tell you guys exactly the reason why later on. Next one is going to be Carmel arrow. Carmel arrow, once again with 5 solid almond. You want to have good damage resist as well as attack speed. If you do have extra crit resist, it's going to be good, but for me right now with the toppings that I have, I do have no crit resist. Next one is going to be pomegranate. Pomegranate with 5 solid almond, focusing on damage resist. You don't need any cooldown, as well as our eclair with damage resist as well as cooldown and 5 solid almond. Higher cooldown, it does help out like before in order to help eclair cookie actually cast the skill a lot faster. And the next one is going to be our herb cookie. Herb cookie, again using 5 solid almond. I have been using 5 solid chocolate, but this has been more successful even with the less cooldown and less damage resist, particularly to say compared to all of the others. They all have over 40%. But for me right now, even though at 34.2%, it's been alright, so I just wanted to share it to you like this, alright? Next one is going to be our treasures. It's going to be the scythe, enchanted robe, as well as the scroll. I've tried it out in different ways. I've also used a feather instead of the scythe in a couple of battles against certain teams. I would say it really depends on what team you're going up against, but having the scythe is going to be the best in order to actually kill off the enemies. Alright, so let's get into the battle, and then let me show you guys how this team really works and the reason why you want to have Wildberry as well as Carmel arrow to have the attack speed buff. Alright guys, here we go. It is going to be against a double tank. This team works out really well against a double tank with Jelly Watch as well as many other comps, but I have to tell you guys, this team is really strong, especially against anyone who is going to be kind of squishy. So here we go. Let's see how well we do. Alright, here we go. So the reason why you want to have our Wildberry cookie to have the enchanted robe buff is because of this. When I previously had this team without the Wildberry having the enchanted robe buff, the enemy Wildberry will actually attack my Carmel arrow having the cooldown of the the skill order on my cookies mess up. So it will be Wildberry, and then all of a sudden pomegranate will use her skill. And the reason why is because the enemy Wildberry is actually knocking back my Carmel arrow, preventing her from using her skill, even though she's gonna have the second in line. Alright, so you do want to have Wildberry to actually cast his skill first, allowing the smooth transition for Carmel arrow to actually use her skill, even though there is a Wildberry on the enemy team. Alright, and as you guys saw against a team like this, a double tank with the really squishier middle lane, this team is going to be amazing to just burst them down, having Eclair providing that shield as well. And of course, this is going to be a team that you have previously seen a lot inside of the arena, and it is going to be, just replacing Wildberry with our Madeline as well as Dark Cacao during the previous update before Wildberry came out. But with Wildberry, it just gotten a lot stronger, and especially against someone like Cotton and some of the other summoner comps, Wildberry is doing amazing, providing the extra damage as well. Alright guys, here we go. A single tank this time, Wildberry, as well as I believe it is going to be our Sorbet right here, and then it is going to be a Parfait or an Eclair, but let's see how well we do against this team. And here we go guys. It is going to be an Eclair as well as a Sorbet, and we are going to have herb and pomegranate on the enemy team. And the important thing here here is going to be whether or not our Caramel Arrow is going to be able to kill off some of the cookies on the enemy team before she gets popped. All right, so right there we were actually able to pop off, you know, our or their Wildberry, and then, you know, casted their feather, as well as were able to get rid of their middle lane, which allowed us to win. Sometimes there are chances where, you know, Wildberry and all of them do live. All right, so just keep in mind that this team may not work 100% of the time, but there is a good chance of you guys actually winning a lot of these enemy teams as well. Yes, it is a bit hard right now in order to build a lot of these teams because of the requirement of a lot of solid almond. So I do recommend you guys go and farm it. You know, 8-29 is amazing for you guys to farm both Syrian raspberry and solid almond. And also, if you guys don't have solid almond, like I said before, I've used herb with Swift chocolate before. And then also Eclair can switch out from solid almond to a different topping like Swift chocolate, but you're gonna have to work with this cooldown and try to, you know, match the skill order of your team in order to have the highest winning percentage against certain teams like this. Here we go, guys, another team. Let's go and see how well we do. So the reason why you do not want to sacrifice damage resist for Caramel Arrow, although she can deal a lot of damage, is because of this. You know, after she uses her skill, you don't have a Jelly Watch, which means that you're going to be pretty much tanking at least one hit of Sorbet. And if you do not have damage resist, then there is a high chance of your Caramel Arrow actually, you know, dying by Sorbet. Right now, even with a lot of damage resist, the Sorbet actually got rid of my Caramel Arrow, which means that when that happens, there is a high chance of you guys actually losing the battle. And in this case, right, we actually lost. So you gotta realize that even with a lot of damage resist, you know, there's a chance of your Caramel Arrow actually dying. So I do not recommend you guys taking the solid almond out of your Caramel Arrow and then putting in, you know, like Syrian raspberry or things like that, because there's gonna be times when you're just gonna lose your Caramel Arrow too quickly. All right, guys, here we go. This is gonna be a team. Pretty much going to be the same team here, using herb, I believe, and Wildberry, or even dark cacao here, but they kind of sacrifice the solid almond, as you guys can see on the you know, total power of their team. So let's see how well we do against full solid almond and a non-full solid almond team. So they do have the dark cacao actually with the frost queen instead of the herb, so they gave us sustain and then went for damage, and you can see that our Caramel Arrow just kind of bursted both the Eclair and frost queen without a problem, and I pretty much am not losing anything. So right now, yes, it is kind of difficult to have all these solid almond once again, but that's what the meta is going towards, and you know, then you're gonna have to follow the meta in certain situations. And this one, with this team, it is going to be that. So take advantage of all the different ways for you to farm the toppings as well as topping pieces. And also, don't upgrade all your toppings at once. Get it up to +6 and see if that subset is something that you like, and fully upgrade it after you guys are sure that you want to move on with that topping. Alright, guys, so final battle here. Let's go and see how well we do. Alright, here we go. It is going to be against a Seafarer and a Frost Queen on the enemy team this time around. Alright, so there is really going to be a big difference in, you know, the skill order of these cookies. You know, the more and more you go higher up into the arena, I feel like, you know, the skill order is going to make a big difference, which means that the cooldown subset is going to be a very, very important thing, as well as allowing your, you know, utilizing your treasure to its maximum potential as well, you know, such as the enchanted robe, like how you gave it to both Caramel Arrow and Wildberry for their skill order, and things like that. So make sure to watch out for these little things, which will change the outcome of your battle. Alright, guys, there you guys have it. Really the standard of the meta right now for this season, and we saw it previously, right, with Madeline and Caramel Arrow, as well as Darker Cow and Caramel Arrow, but now it is Wildberry and Caramel Arrow, and I have to say this team is really, really strong. So if you guys do want to utilize it, make sure to utilize it. And also, I would say it is not a bad idea to invest in Wildberry, although he may not be the best inside of the world aspiration right now. but still investing in him is going to allow you to transition from the current meta to the next meta, even if there are slight changes that are going to happen, just because of how strong his skill is for the team, especially in the PvP aspect of it. Anyways guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you guys did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the like button, and also don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you guys will miss out on any future Cooking Kingdom videos as well as live streams that I do on YouTube. Anyways guys, thanks for watching once again, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.